Okay, folks, this is really relevant at this stage in history. Let's see how we go with this piece and make it look really, really nice, even though it's an ugly looking thing that's being portrayed on this front page. Let's see if we can make it look any good. Okay, let's see what we have. We have here Respiratory Medicine Today, COVID-19. Yes, we've got a dirty, big, ugly picture of a coronavirus shit. Fuck, it's a horrible disease. We've been having to deal with this shit. I look forward to getting vaccinated tomorrow, my second Pfizer dose for the once I get vaccinated tomorrow, which is the 7th of June 2021 at 10:45 a.m. Yep, I'll be ready to face the world whenever it happens. Yeah, that looks interesting. Not what I want. Doesn't look all that good. But yeah, it's a really bad disease, and there's new versions of it that I heard on the news down in, I don't know whether it was Victoria. I think it's the south coast, somewhere in New South Wales. Don't quote me. But basically, yeah, there's a new strain called Delta, which was apparently fucking up in India. So it's been fucking up India. But yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's a fucktard illness. It's fucking awful. That's not quite what we're after. I do think people should think twice about trying to avoid getting vaccinated, because the only way we're going to treat COVID-19 for good is through mass vaccination, which is what they're trying to do now. And basically we need to cooperate, and we need to get our vax once we're ready, once we're basically in, when it becomes available. I advise very, very, very strongly that one should just take it. I know there's been fears of danger of these vaccines, like the AstraZeneca in under 50s in particular. But basically we have to rise above that and get ourselves vaccinated as soon as possible, folks. We can't go on much longer like this. The economy is going to collapse. People have already lost their jobs. So we have to fucking just get in there and just swallow our pride and get ourselves vaccinated as soon as possible. I'm all for it, folks. I'm all for the jab. I really think it's the only way we're going to overcome this disease. This looks interesting. I think we could use this. So we have to have to just be a little bit brave and take the jab. We have to be a little bit brave, folks. You're more likely to die in a car crash. So just keep that in mind. You're more likely to die in a car crash. Now I think we got it right. So yeah, I'm just going to put this aside. This is another periodical from the library. If I didn't go to the library, I would never have found this article, this piece of material here. I actually think maybe, I wonder if we can enlarge this a little bit to push it up a bit, make it look a bit better. I think we might. But basically, yeah, I do think that vaccination is the only method we've got where we're going to overcome this illness. I know a lot of people don't like the vaccine and all that. They're scared of horror, shock horror and all this sort of shit. But it's better than catching this dreadful disease and passing it around, and it's the only way we're going to overcome it. And you just have to be a little bit brave, you know. Yeah, that looks a bit better. We've got a little bit of that up. Maybe we could go up a bit further. But yeah, it's the only way we're going to be able to get out of this disease is to basically vax it out of existence. We've got to vax it. Yep, that's the only way we're going to achieve what we want, and that is to kill this dreadful fucktard disease. We've enlarged it too much on the horizontal, but in the vertical is still too much. I think we've got to lessen it. Yeah, I think we've got to lessen it. So I think 120 is too big. So the vertical will be 115 and the horizontal will be, we're going to put it back to 104. Yeah, that looks better, and that's right up against the edge nicely, which I wasn't expecting it to be. Maybe we could go a bit higher again, because it looks a bit like we're still a bit low. Maybe a bit higher than that. Yeah. But yeah, it's really difficult. Yeah, a lot of people are very afraid of this vaccine. Yeah, I think I did it wrong. I was meant to enlarge on the vertical, but I enlarged on the horizontal. So we're going to put the horizontal back where it was, 115. So 115 for the horizontal, 115, and the vertical is what we're meant to control. We fucked up the vertical. The vertical is meant to go that way, so the vertical is what we need. We need to make the vertical 115 for the vertical. Don't know what the fuck I was doing. So we're just trimming this one up, make it look really nice. Yeah, I think that's a good fit. We got the edge of that, and we got the word COVID-19 looking nice like that, to make it really interesting. And we got the jab going into the virus. Sucked shit to the virus, that is. Sorry folks. Bit of dark humour. I don't know how this is really going to look, if this is going to be any good, or if it's going to be a piece of shit. Do think, just wondering how we're going to set it up. It's not looking good in the centre, there's not much there. We've got some little peeps there, little people, all lining up, facing their fear, the virus, or the vaccination of the virus, should I say. Or both. I don't know how this is going to look. But we've got to hope that one day we will find an end to this dreadful pandemic that's been rocketing around the world. Let's see if we can make this look any good. See if we can make it look any good. Anyway, that looks really quite interesting. I think we can call it quits. I think that's pretty much how it's going to look. Yeah, I think we'll call it quits.